There's an extra buzz this week on the campus of the University of South Carolina as the Gamecocks' 2-0 start to their football season has brought college game day to Columbia for the first time in over a decade. USC and LSU are set for a noon kickoff, so expect festivities to start bright and early tomorrow. And of course, our sports team, Noah Chast and Chaz Frazier, will break it down for you in sports as we lead up to kickoff. Reporting at Williams-Brice Stadium, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News. Kickoff for the Gamecocks' home opener is 4:15 tomorrow from Williams-Brice Stadium. Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News. The Ridgewood neighborhood is one area of town where you will soon see more new trees. And if you would like more green in your community, the mayor suggests coming to the quarterly meetings that the project holds to update residents about the progress.
Well, I'm in no shape this year to participate in the ride, but with a little training, you can probably see me out here next year. Reporting in Newberry, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News.
And on an extremely humid Independence Day, I was glad that there were some treats to cool me off, such as this peach slushie. Reporting in Gilbert, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News. Of course, my favorite part about the Greek festival is the food. I've got my usual, the Greek meatballs. And for dessert, the chocolate baklava cheesecake, which I have yet to try, but looks quite delicious. And now that the storm is gone, the major concern is getting the lights back on. Many of the outages in our area are due to downed power lines, such as this one right here on South Beltline Boulevard. There is still storm damage on the campus of Newberry College, yet students return to class on Thursday. On the other hand, the return for students in the Newberry County School District is still up in the air. North Augustus Mayor applauds the community for their cleanup effort after the storm. While many are no longer in the dark, there are still thousands here without power. The former president closed by reiterating his two main goals are to lower prices and securing the border, saying that he promises peace and prosperity if elected. Reporting in Asheville, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News. Vice President Kamala Harris started her speech in Charlotte by speaking about her debate performance on Tuesday, but then quickly launched into her economic plan for the nation.
I have a plan to lower the cost of living for America's families on everything from health care to groceries. Under my plan, more than 100 million Americans will get a tax break, and thousands of dollars of your hard-earned money will go back into your pockets.
When it comes to health care, Vice President Harris wants to expand the Affordable Care Act and says her opponent, Donald Trump, has no plan.
What's at stake on that? 45 million Americans are insured through the Affordable Care Act. And he's going to end it based on a concept and take us back to when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. Well, we are not going back.
She also believes that Trump would sign a national abortion ban, saying that she hopes to protect the right to an abortion as well as other freedoms.
Like the freedom to vote, the freedom to be safe from gun violence, the freedom to breathe clean air and drink clean water, and the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride.
Harris finished her speech by urging supporters to vote for her as well as other Carolina Democrats.
And when we fight, we win. God bless you and God bless the United States.
After wrapping up her speech in Charlotte, Vice President Harris had one more stop in the Carolinas, making an evening trip to Greensboro, reminding voters that there's only 35 days until early voting, 54 days until Election Day. Reporting in Charlotte at the Bojangles Coliseum, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News. In between Charlotte and Columbia sits District 17, which includes the town of Chester. It could prove to be one of the South Carolina Senate's closest races, with incumbent Mike Fanning being challenged by Republican Everett Stubbs.
This Fairfield, Chester, York, Lancaster region of South Carolina, old textile country, had experienced some rough times. We've had a rebirth these last 8 years like no other region of South Carolina.
Senator Mike Fanning has served the district since 2017 and applauds recent economic growth in the city of Chester.
They've got a new mayor and council that are doing some amazing things with the downtown revitalization, using some of our housing tax credits to do that as well. The town of Great Falls has seen a massive rebirth.
Over in Winsboro, Fanning points to the teacher village as a recent success. The senator adds that education is one of his top priorities and says he has fought for teacher pay raises at the State House every session.
But also fought against some bad stuff. There was an 84-page bill written without a single educator at the table. 10,000 teachers marched on the state capitol against this intrusion of bureaucracy into the classrooms. I filibustered that bill for 9 weeks. The bill's dead.
His opponent, Republican Everett Stubbs, also supports improving education, but unlike Fanning, he believes that having school choice is the way to do that.
My children are in public schools. I love public schools, but I understand that that doesn't work for every family. So you have to have, other options available.
As a lawyer, Stubbs wants to see judicial reform at the State House, but says his top priority is economic development in District 17.
If you want businesses to come to your community, you have to give them the tools necessary to be successful. Infrastructure is the number one thing. Everyone has to have power, gas, utilities, water, and sewer.
Stubbs is also a strong advocate for the First and Second Amendments and believes that he is the better candidate to lead the area forward.
We've got a great community, but of course we're a small rural district, and so we need that state funding and that state help to be able to make ends meet.
Join us next week as we break down District 20, the seat currently held by Dick Harpootlian. For now, reporting in Chester, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News.
I sat down and put together a plan and said, here's about 5-6 sports I would like to start in the next 5 years.
One of the new sports coming to Columbia College's campus is men's basketball.
I think it just starts with getting kids of character, people that fit the institutional mission, and then putting a quality product on the floor of guys that are really working together. I believe success is a byproduct of doing things the right way.
In his more than 2 decades coaching hoops, Jake Deere has done more than create a high-scoring up-tempo offense out of athletes that can dribble, pass, and shoot. He has also improved the GPAs of the basketball programs he has coached at and relishes the challenge of starting a team at Columbia College.
Well, opportunity always sells. Yeah. And so I think that's what a lot of our guys are looking for, a chance to be a part of something that's a new beginning, but also an opportunity for them to showcase their abilities and show what they can do.
Also coming to campus this school year, a cheerleading team.
One thing I think that cheerleading adds to the spectrum is the community involvement. And with that, not only do you bring spirit, excitement, but you're connecting yourself with the fans and pulling them in a little closer to the game and the action of what they're looking for.
Charlotte native Holly Sawyers has cheered her whole life and hopes to instill some koala spirit at Columbia College.
Absolutely. Any athletes are welcome to try out, guys, girls. With that, we're looking for people who have experience with cheerleading, who have skills, knowledge, who are team athletes, team players, someone who is excited to come to the college and be a part of this community here at athletics.
The Godbold Center, where the Koalas will play and cheer, is undergoing a renovation to add a new court, stands, and weight room. The college's athletic department is also looking to add a men's and women's lacrosse team in the near future.
We got good women's sports and the men's sports are coming along, so that's the great challenge of it all.
With the addition of men's basketball and cheerleading and other sports on the way, it's an exciting time to be at Columbia College. Reporting at the Porter Gymnasium in the Godbold Center, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News. Since 2011, South Carolina football coach Shane Beamer has spoken about the upcoming season at a golf tournament, Birdies with Beamer.
Michael reached out to me 4 years back and asked me if we'd be interested in hosting the Birdies with Beamer event. And of course, it was a slam dunk for us. We were really excited to do it, and the whole staff and the whole club gets excited for this event.
Cobblestone Park Golf Course in Blythewood is one that Coach Beamer is familiar with.
It's memories coming up here because this is where I feel like I played every single morning at 8:30 a.m. when I worked for Steve Spurrier. Every single morning that I worked at Carolina, I feel like we were at Cobblestone at 8:30.
Thursday, Beamer may have enjoyed time on the green, but he's back on the gridiron tomorrow.
We've got a camp tomorrow, so we'll be right back at it. A bunch of high school prospects coming in that we get to work with. I think George Wynn, our Associate Athletic Director for Football Operations, told us the other day, I think it's close to 300 young men that'll be here tomorrow for camp, which is huge.
And it's a huge season ahead for the Gamecocks football team. But even with what has been called a tough schedule, Coach is optimistic.
Certainly confident. I don't think you're ever comfortable. I don't want to be as well. You got to be uncomfortable in order to grow. I don't ever want to get comfortable, but I will say this, I'm extremely confident. And this being year 4, I've never, ever been more excited about practice starting next week than what I am right now. I do know that for sure.
Beamer says Thursday's event will probably be the last time he's on a golf course for the rest of the year, but Cobblestone Park's directors invite any golf enthusiasts to check out the course they say is one of the best in the Midlands.
I would say members, first and foremost, and the terrain, as far as the golf course is concerned, the terrain of the course, the undulations, is just very aesthetically pleasing to the eye and a fun golf course to play.
Reporting at Cobblestone Park Golf Course in Blythewood, Alex Tejada, ABC Columbia News.